Hello, welcome to another video. And actually for this video I did receive interesting request, so I decided to create a video. The request is, okay, we will have some 3D view and we must assign some mark values for pipes, pipe fitting and pipe accessories. And those values must be a number, must be a unique value for each element. And also, because we want to assign those marks, we will also need to tag all those marks on this 3D view. And let's see how Dynamo can help us with that. So at first, we don't have any mark values. We just did model whatever we needed to do. So I will activate this 3D view. I will run the player. The user interface is quite simple, but it has a couple of different features. So at first we have a question, do we want to delete existing mark values? Because we don't have in this moment existing mark values, we will skip this option for now. At the moment when we want to assign mark values and tags for pipes, we can choose if we want to ignore some length distance. And you can see here that for pipes we have a couple of pipes with length less than 300, but we also have this pipe which has a length less than 600, so we can maybe go with 600. And let's start with pipes, set values. So the script is completed. We have unique numbers for the marks for all pipes with length less than 600, and also for those pipes we immediately received tags. And if you remember, I did also create some scripts which can automatically assign the tags, but that is for the floor plans. When you want to tag some elements in 3D view, you must use some different nodes. I will show that later in the script. If you want to check again if the script works appropriately, we can maybe click on this pipe. The length is almost 1.7 meter. So now if I want to rerun the script, and I can now choose to delete existing mark values. I will go with 1.7 meters for pipes again. So now for all pipes which have a length less than 1.7 meters, I did delete marks, and also now I have tags, because previously I did have tags. I don't have any more marks. So on the places where I did have marks and now I don't have any marks, I will have these question marks which are waiting for the value. Now if we say OK, we want to run the script again, and now we can assign the marks and the tags for the pipes and for pipe accessories, for example, and we can leave this 300 mm. So now we have tags for the pipes, and also we have the tags for pipe accessories. Sometimes the tag will go over the pipe accessories, so you should be careful. Okay, and those values are unique, so you will not have overlap between different categories, or even in the same category. You should have only unique numbers for the marks. And now, for example, if we want to add marks and tags for the pipe fittings, and also if we want anyways to add marks and tags for the pipes which have a length less than 300, we can once again run the script. So in this case we don't want to delete any existing marks, so we want to leave those marks as is. In this case we want to enter 0 for the length, and we want to check pipes and pipe fittings, set the values. So now any fitting will have a tag, so this scale of the 3D view is not appropriate. And also we can check now that all values regarding the marks are unique regarding the one categories, or even when you compare different categories, all elements have their unique marks. And those are all features for this script. So now let's go to Dynamo and I will show you how I made this script. And okay, this is the script inside the Dynamo, and it has a lot of nodes, and it is a bit messy with all those connections. You can probably somehow optimize this, but you will see that the script have too many rules. It has a lot of options, so you will need to double and triple check everything before you assign those marks and create tags. So at the beginning, as always, we have some input zone, and I think if you already watched some of my previous clips, it's clear this entire group, but I will just briefly mention all the parts of the user interface. So one part of the user interface is ability for the user to choose if the user wants to delete existing mark values. Default value is false, so if the user wants, he will need to check that checkbox with text yes. Also, there is ability to ignore some pipes regarding the length. Default value is 300, you can type whatever you want. And at the end, you will also have ability to check either one of those categories or all of them or some combination of those categories. We'll pass all of that to the multiple input for. Then we will read what user selected. Let's go, for example, with the option that we want to delete some values. We want to delete marks for the pipes less than 600 millimeters. We will go with pipes and, for example, with the fittings. So now when we need to read what user selected, first value is true, so the user wants to delete existing marks. Second input is 600 regarding the length of the pipe. And third part of the user interface are categories. So let's go one by one. And this block over here needs to deal with if we need to delete existing mark values. So we will at first read all the elements for all categories. Then we will see what user did choose. So those indexes over here matching those categories over here. So index 0 is related to pipes, index 1 is for accessories, index 2 is for fittings. We did select pipes and fittings, so the indexes are 0 and 2. So now from all elements over here, we will need to proceed only with pipes and fittings. And now, because we did choose to erase those mark values for those elements in the categories pipes and pipe fittings, we will deliver those elements to this node over here. And for the parameter mark, we cannot actually erase the values, but we can provide this empty string, and whatever number we did have for the mark, now we will have this empty value. Okay. Then we did now erase those mark values. Now we need to check and separate from those pipes and pipe fittings only elements which belong to the pipe category, because we want to go and filter only elements which are bigger than those 600 millimeters which we enter. So we have in total 19 elements for pipes, and when we check if the length of those pipes is bigger than 600 millimeters, at the end we will have that 13 elements have a length which is bigger than 600 millimeters, and those, I think, 6 elements have the length less than 600 millimeters. Okay, and before we continue to the right, also over here we have two group of nodes which will need to check existing mark values, because one part of the script is to erase current mark values. The second part of the script is to assign new mark values. So in order to avoid duplication of the mark values, we will need to read mark values not just for the pipes and the pipe fittings. We also need to read mark values for that category which user didn't choose, because we don't want to create mark values in the pipes which will be the same with the mark value from pipe accessories. That is why we will read the mark values from the categories which user did not select and for the categories which user selected. All of that we will combine, search for the unique items, and we will pass all of that to this group over here. So now from one side we have all possible mark values, we have all currently used mark values, and that difference will actually be the new mark values. Also over here we have some additional nodes which are not in some groups, because those nodes over here just need to determine how many categories do we have and how many elements each category has. So at the end we can split elements in tag location. Because at the moment when we delete some mark values, we should also delete tags and create new. But sometimes it can happen that you will delete mark values and you will create new tags, but because some portion of the elements does not have tags anymore, those tags will remain. So maybe that part of the script will need some improvement, but for now it is okay. So the goal, and I think we already have this entire group in enhanced tags video. You can check that and see this group in the detail. But briefly, the logic is like this. So we will check in the current active view all tags which we have, and then we will compare all of that with elements which we choose to deal with. So we did choose pipes and we did choose pipe fittings. For those elements, we will check if we already have the tags for those elements. If we have, then we will delete those tags, and then on the end, for those elements, we will create new tags. Okay. For each category, I did create some tag which will display the mark for that category. And again, because we can select any combination of those categories, first we will deliver all those possible tags to some unique list. Then we will see what the user choose. So from all three possible categories, we did choose to proceed with a pipe and a pipe fitting. So I did narrow the selection according to our user input. And I will chop that list, because later I will have one group of elements regarding the pipe, one group of elements regarding the fittings. Okay. And now the final step is to determine location for all those elements. When we determine that location, we will deliver the location for the tags. So again, because we already did create the tags for the floor plans, but you cannot use the same node in the 3D view. In the 3D view, you must use this node or some node like this, and this node will ask you for the view, for the list of elements, list of tag location, list of tag type, and this is common. So in this case, we also need the tag location. The easiest way how I did determine which location I want to use, I did ask for the location of the element, and that will work for pipe accessories and pipe fittings. But for the pipes, you will not receive from this node the point, you will receive the line. So then you will need to play a little bit with those lines in order to receive the point on the center of the element. So at first you will convert everything to string. You will split that string to this bracket. So you want to split that string here. Now you want to proceed only with elements which have a line. And for those elements, those are pipe elements. So we want to proceed only with this element. Those are pipe fittings. That is why we are going without. Now we want from that line to have a point on the middle of that line, and that's how we will receive the point for each pipe. Now we will combine that. Those are our points regarding the pipes. Below we have the points regarding the pipe fittings. We will flat all of that, and again we will chop that to the number of the elements which we have for the pipes and the fittings. And at the end we will deliver that as the tag location. We previously have elements and tag types. Here we will have active view, and basically that is entire script. Thanks for watching. Bye.